Imagine your life reduced to two baths, one after you were born and one before you marry. Welcome to the world of our fictional Queen Isolde, the woman history might jokingly call the smelliest queen, but only because she lived inside customs we define strange today. In our story, Isolde took only two baths in her whole life. First as a newborn, a ritual cleanse, and a second ceremonial washing before her wedding. That image sounds extreme, and it is a composite, not a single historical truth. But it's rooted in real medieval ideas. Bathing frequency varied greatly, and ritual cleanses were deeply meaningful. In many places, people bathed seasonally. In others, they feared that frequent washing could actually harm their health or fertility. Customs like these shaped everyday life in ways that are hard for us to imagine. Weddings were often held in June, partly because May was a big bathing month for many. The famous bride's posy, sometimes called a nosegay, did double duty. It could be romantic, yes, but it also masked strong smells and was believed to protect from miasma, or what they called bad air, in our queen's court. Bouquets were practical perfume as much as they were pageantry. Those little bundles of rosemary, lavender, and rue weren't just for looks. They were a shield against the smells of a crowded world. Hand fans weren't purely for elegance either. They were a clever tool to hide and distract from unpleasant breath or exposed teeth. Dental hygiene was rudimentary at best, and strong mouths were common. In Queen Isolde's court, fans fluttered constantly, helping to manage both the heat and a bit of social discomfort. It was a subtle way of creating personal space in a very close-quarters society. Long, oily hair was sometimes even prized. It might seem counterintuitive, but natural oils could repel lice better than dry, frequently washed hair. Women used special oils and diligent combing to manage any infestation. The intricate head coverings and small crowns you see in portraits also served a purpose, keeping hair and any unwelcome insects from falling into food. So our queen's glossy, heavy braid wasn't just a status symbol, was also practical. One of the most persistent beliefs in some regions was that excessive washing of intimate parts could harm a woman's fertility. This idea, a mix of early medical theories, religious doctrine, and social control, strongly discouraged frequent washing for many women. In our queen's court, women were taught that restraint was a form of wisdom. The result? A world governed by smells, taboos, and strict rules about who could touch what and when. These weren't just matters of personal preference. They were deeply embedded cultural norms. Because of these customs and the limits of sanitation in towns with no modern sewers, dim candlelight and crowded rooms, disease and discomfort could spread more easily. Our queen's life of ritual cleanses and enforced restraint echoes a larger reality. Social norms can shape body, not just behavior. Women often bore the brunt of this, from the dangers of early childbirth to heavy household labor, all of which contributed to sometimes fragile health. The world was simply harder on the body. But people are resilient. Courts and common folk alike developed clever coping rituals. They used posies and fans, special spices, and even perfumed gloves. Jokes about the smelly queen might have circulated among servants, but they also hint at a kind of resilience. People adapted. They used herbs, smell-masking garments, and a wealth of community knowledge passed down from mother to daughter. They created their own solutions, like pomander, small metal balls filled with fragrant spices to carry with them. From our 21st century vantage point, these customs can feel bizarre or even oppressive, but they also show how cultures manage risk and create meaning with the tools they have. Queen Isolde is a fictional character, yet her life helps us imagine the trade-offs people accepted. Rituals that comforted their communities, and taboos that limited their body. History teaches us empathy. It asks us to see the choices people made in their own context, not to mock them from ours. So, if you lived back then, could you accept those customs? Or would you be the one to question them? Tell us which practice surprises you the most. The posy, the fan, or the two-bath life? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more journeys into the past.